Yeah, what it is, my G's. Today we comparing two hood classics, Training Day versus Set It Off. Before we get into it, make sure you exterminate the like and subscribe buttons and comment down below which one you think is better and why. Without further ado, it's time. Set It Off and Training Day are two movies that when you mention hood classics or great performances by Denzel, Queen Latifah, Jada Pinkett Smith, Ethan Hawke, and more, these movies gotta be mentioned. Even though both movies cover two totally different topics, good and bad cops versus bank robbers, some of the themes are the same. It shows people making difficult decisions when they don't feel they have any other choice. And sometimes you have to take desperate measures in order to reach the goals that you want to reach. But they also show the consequences to your actions. Set It Off is a 1996 heist film directed by F. Gary Gray. The film stars Jada Pinkett Smith, Queen Latifah, Vivica A. Fox, and Kimberly Elise. The movie follows four friends who are out here robbing banks, getting to the bag and making this guap. It's 4 chicks, 8 choppers, 4 duffel bags full of ammo, running down on these bankers and cops and running them for their jewels, their watches, bracelets, and stripping them naked. Pause. Anything of value, you running it. Set It Off starts with the ladies working mediocre jobs and being verbally abused by their boss. The OG super slime who got more heart than most of these dudes who got Arizona iced tea pumping in their chest. Cleo, who's played by Queen Latifah, comes up with the idea of robbing banks, GTA style. After some hesitancy and one of their brothers getting shot and the other one getting their son taken away by Child Protective Services, they get on beast mode without giving the whole movie away because you should have seen it. If you haven't, go watch it. Basically, they case a bank. Jada's character falls in love with a banker. They rob one bank, stash the bread, but things go left. They empty a clip into some homemade coward, had him popping up in front of the pearly gate so fast, his spirit was still on Earth. They go rob a bigger bank, and some of the dopest action you ever seen in a movie goes down. Cleo was that woman, lady, person. Yeah, you're left trying to figure out who's gonna make it and who isn't. This movie literally is the female version of Heat, but because Pacino and De Niro ain't in it, and because it's 4 black strong women, shout out to sisters, the movie received less acclaim. And if you're wondering why I didn't compare Set It Off to Heat, I felt like that was too obvious of a comparison, and to save y'all some time, I actually like Set It Off better. Anyway, the writer behind the film said he wrote the movie with Jada and Queen Latifah in mind, and it sure felt like this was them all along. From the way Cleo had this no-nonsense attitude and aggression, but still showed loyalty to her fam, to the way Frankie got to robbing a bank one minute but could look sexy and elegant in a dress the next. You saw that these were complicated people doing messed up things because they felt the walls was closing in and they had no other choice. The movie itself made $41 million on a $9 million budget, which made it a success. For those who don't know, a movie that makes more than 3 times its budget is considered profitable. At that time, the movie received positive reviews from critics and has a 70% approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Now we're gonna switch it to Training Day. Training Day released on October 5th, 2001. The crime film was directed by Antoine Fuqua, starring Denzel Washington and Ethan Hawke. They played 2 LAPD narcotics officers who are out here patrolling the blocks looking for fake thugs to run up on and press them with the Caltech. The story takes place over 24 hours. Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, and Macy Gray appear in supporting roles. It was a commercial success, making $104 million while costing $45 million to make. Denzel won Best Actor at the Oscars for his role as Alonzo Harris, a crooked cop trying to get money together to pay his ops before they find him and send him packing to the Reaper, who in turn will hand him over to the demons in hell who got brass knuckles and barbed wire waiting for him. Ethan Hawke was nominated for Best Supporting Actor at the Oscars for playing Jake Hoyt, a naive rookie to the team trying to do the right thing while not pissing off his partner. A prequel to the movie is in development about the younger version of Alonzo Harris, Denzel's character. The story starts off with Jake getting a promotion and being assigned to Detective Harris for a 1-day evaluation. I know he regrets that day. Driving around in Alonzo's car, they stop some college kids for drugs. Denzel makes Hoyt smoke the same drugs they confiscated even though he doesn't want to. They stop a girl from being attacked. Alonzo pulls out 2 Desert Eagles and had the dude's soul flee in his body. Legend has it that the dude lived, but his soul never came back to him. Later, they pull up on Alonzo's girl, Eva Mendes. Eva. Looking like a diva. And his son. They meet the rest of the squad, and then things go real wrong real quick. They probably, illegally relieved a certain gentleman of $4 million. They was cool in 1 minute and digging in his floor the next. Pause. They also might have ended his ability to exist in this dimension. Basically, they unplugged him from the Matrix. I'm trying my best not to give the movie away. Alonzo keeps a cut, but Jake, doesn't feel comfortable with what's happening. Alonzo tries to get him set up, but the bad guy never wins in any of these movies, which pisses me off. Let me know in the comment section if y'all want to see me write and produce a movie where all the bad guys win every time. After being set up, Jake gets saved by somebody and pulls up on Alonzo with 27,000 Bloods, 1,400 Army Commandos, 3 Predators, you know, the ones with the dreadlocks from outer space, not the priest hollering at 8-year-olds type. But yeah, Jake pulls up to the block Alonzo was at and pressed him about why he acting like a whole ass bitch. They get to scrapping, lives is on the line, and I think King Kong makes a cameo in this. It might have been lit, but I know this is before Godzilla got the mop in the floor with him. Anyway, Alonzo dips, but Ivan Drago and his people got some hot shit for him, and they proceed to give him a standing ovation, a 21 gun salute. He got Swiss cheese so bad, St. Peter was like, God damn, the fuck you do to them? I wonder, when you get sent to the sky the way Alonzo did, do you pop up out of nowhere and St. Peter gets scared? Or is he used to it because it happened a million times a day? And does he ever say, Brody, bro, you never stood a chance. Where was your mans in the mat when you was getting plugged, no Escobar? Them dudes you had static with was outside, but your goons wasn't. And I know, what they did was uncalled for, but that don't give you the right to stain my clouds, Brody, bro. You bleeding all over them, and I just got him vacuumed the other day. And then he presses the hell button, and Alonzo slides down this slide that goes past the earth, and he gets greeted by demons. But he a real one, so he starts talking all this King Kong-ish. But they demons, so they real too. So they do what demons do, and one of them wants to fade, so they get to scrapping with him and cleans him up. My fault, I got sidetracked. Antoine Fuqua has stated that the scandals within the LAPD played a part in him making the film. He also didn't want Alonzo to be a rogue cop. He wanted to show that what Alonzo did in the movie was being sanctioned by people high up in the department. Fuqua also wanted Training Day to look authentic as possible, so he checked in with some OGs and got permission to shoot in the Imperial Courts housing projects, Hoover Block, and Baldwin Village in LA. Parts of the film were shot where the Black P-Stone Blood gang members were seen on the rooftops. Real life gang members from the Rolling 60s, PJ Watts Crips, and Black P-Stones were in the film as well. The actors also met with some real life detective and hustlers they could speak to in order for them to give a realistic performance. When released, the movie received generally positive reviews and won some major awards. So the question is, which one is better? The reason why I chose to compare these two movies is because I like them equally, and they both look like they could take place at the same time in the same place, and the characters could actually come across each other. But that ain't answering the question. Some of y'all might think it's obvious. Denzel gave a classic performance. He won an Oscar if you care about Oscars, and the movie made more money. But I think Queen Latifah's character was more of a G than Denzel's was. Set It Off makes you root for the bad guys. It makes you forget that these ladies are bad guys. Training Day is fire too. So keep it a buck in this case. I'ma leave it to y'all. Do y'all like the movie that's about the corrupt cop and his new ambitious partner for the day who get into some messed up situations and barely make it out alive? Or the movie about 4 friends who are tired of getting treated terribly by bosses while working low-paying jobs, and when their backs is against the wall, they get to loading and banging choppers and Dracos and taking what they feel they are owed, but pay a heavy price for their choices. So this is what we doing. Smash like on my Training Day comment if you think Training Day is better. Hit the like on my Set It Off comment if you think Set It Off is better. Let me know if you like one or both movies and why. And if you was in their shoes, would you do what they did in either movie in order to get ahead? And what's your favorite bank robbing movie or cop movie too? So yeah, we gonna leave it there, man. My name is DJAvenger, aka Rain. Catch you on the flip side.